Phil has always had a pretty simple dream, owning a home. But of course, in this economy, that is easier said than done. And he does find a place, but it comes with a catch. Peter Dinklage and Shirley Maclaine star in American Dreamer. Let's talk about it. Hey guys, Dan here. This is Dan Reviews It. Welcome to my spoiler-free review for the new film American Dreamer. This is sat on the shelf for quite a while. It was produced in 2022 and actually premiered at the Tribeca Film Festival, but it is now streaming on Amazon Prime. And we'll get into maybe some of the reasons why here in just a second. But first, let me welcome you back to Dan Reviews It. If you are one of my subscribers already, thank you so much. Always great to have you back on one of my videos. But if you're not one of my subs, please consider doing so down below, or click that notification bell too. You'll be alerted for all my video drops, which is just about every day. Or you could like this video, comment below. All that stuff, of course, helps the channel out as well. All right, so I mentioned Peter Dinklage. He stars as Dr. Phil Loader here, who is a low-level adjunct professor of economics. And his big dream is to own a home. You know, not an uncommon dream, right? And this economy, that is not the easiest thing, as I mentioned, but he's got this real estate broker nonetheless, and sort of a friend, I guess, Dell, played by Matt Dillon in, you know, one of his kind of jerk-off modes, I guess you could say. He's kind of a dick in this movie, but he says, hey, listen, you should look for, you know, a small sort of kind of modest home. But no, Phil actually finds a $5 million home that is beautiful, but it comes with a little bit of a catch, because you can actually, it comes with like a little asterisk that you could buy it outright in cash for $240,000, which obviously a huge reduction, right? But it comes with a catch, which is that this widow, Astrid, played by Shirley Maclaine, is going to live the rest of her days in the home. So whether that's, 5 years, 20 years, whatever it is, she will be sort of your live-in resident, but you get the house for a way, way, way reduced price. And so Phil liquidates all his belongings and cashes in everything he has, and has just about enough to cover it. So that is where that goes. But Astrid's children enter the picture and are trying to contest this whole situation and her will and all of that. So, all right, you've got Kim Quinn here. Danny Pudi from Community, who plays the Dean of Economics. I mentioned Matt Dillon. Danny Glover is in this in a minor role as well. He plays private investigator. So, look, this is one of these movies that I think, if it were released, 10, 15 years ago, would have been direct to DVD. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but now, of course, we have direct to streaming, which sometimes comes with, very high profile actors or directors, or Oscar bait movies. And so direct to streaming is not necessarily, sort of the scarlet letter that direct to DVD used to be. That usually meant like a lesser than movie, maybe lower budget, or whatever. And it's funny, I've been going through my Letterboxd, which is this great movie site to like catalog your movies and all of that. And I've been going through some of my old movie lists to get some of those movies cataloged on the site. And I've been going through like 2015, 2016, and there's been a ton of these direct-to-DVD movies that I forgot completely about. I'd see the name, and, oh yeah, that sounds maybe a little familiar, and then I'd look it up, and okay, sure. This is that kind of a movie, and you can sort of even tell from the poster, like it doesn't even look like a big theatrical release poster. And so Amazon Prime, bought the rights to this, I guess, and after a couple of years, we're finally seeing the light of day with this movie. And I think, that makes sense. There maybe is not a huge market for a movie like this. I don't think releasing it theatrically would have made this a hit or anything. And not necessarily like we don't like these people. Like, sure, we like Peter Dinklage. He was in the latest Hunger Games sequel, or prequel rather. So obviously, he's still getting some big movies. And Shirley Maclaine, look, she's been in movies for 60, 70 years at this point. So obviously she's a name. But look, this type of movie is like, it's slight. It is a slight movie. Yes, there are some things going on, but I think it's a little bit all over the place. And I don't know if people are going to even find this on Amazon Prime. Like, it came up on my homepage or whatever, so at least they're kind of touting it. But yeah, this just seems like the type of movie that would have gone to DVD. So this was directed by newcomer Paul Dector. This is his first feature, and it was written by Theodore Melfi, who is a name that I certainly recognize. He wrote and I think directed as well one of my all-time favorite movies, Hidden Figures. Love that. But the issue with this movie falls partially in the writing by Melfi, partially in the directing, and to be honest, I think partially with some of the actors kind of rehashing old characters that they've done. Dinklage and Matt Dillon specifically. Shirley Maclaine, look, at this stage in her career, she gets a lot of sort of old lady dying type of roles. Understandable. She's fine here, and it is always nice to see her. But I can't say she's really even giving us anything new that we have not seen before. But I think the main problem with this movie is it's just not funny. It's supposed to be kind of like this dark comedy, and there's even kind of some like physical comedy, some pratfall type stuff that didn't really go over. There's a couple of running gags that didn't really land. The meat and potatoes is okay. Like, the plot is mildly interesting. And I think the idea that, he's gonna get this house when she dies if he pays this small fee, because she's lonely or whatever, and the kid's coming in to kind of contest that. That's interesting, and maybe some sparks are flying with some of the characters, and I don't know. It just didn't quite all come together for me. And by the end of it's kind of cemented my idea that it kind of would have been a direct-to-DVD movie back in the day, because it's just kind of average. And as I was going through my grades for those DVD movies, a lot of them were kind of like, C plus, kind of very, very average. And that's how I feel about this movie. Maybe a couple of different actors might have put a different spin on it or given us a character that we have not seen them do before. That's just not the case here. So as it is, I will leave American Dreamer with a C. And you can check that out if you'd like to on Amazon Prime. All right, thank you so much for watching Dan Reviews It, and I'll see you next time.